Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE that just closed. And the local bourse actually for most of the day was trading in the red, but it has made a turnaround into green territory. Of course, the big drag there has been resources, and we are seeing that being the only index that is in the red. Declining by more than 0.8%. We do have the big gainer being the financial 15, climbing more than 1%, and the industrial 25 lifting by more than 0.5%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the market stateside and investors digesting the latest inflation print for August that came out this afternoon, coming in hotter than the print that we saw in July. And also talking about hot, more people applying for unemployment benefits as recorded in the weekly jobless claims. But those markets in a good mood, with the Dow leading in those gains, climbing by almost 1.5%. We do have the S&P 500 ticking up by 0.8%, and the gain on the Nasdaq by more than 2/3%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the markets across the Atlantic. And the European Central Bank has made its latest monetary policy decision, deciding to keep rates as steady as expected. A sea of green on that front as well. FTSE 100 up by almost 2/3%. The CAC 40 lifting by almost 0.6%, and a slight uptick on the DAX of more than 0.1%. Let's take a look at the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. And the local unit doing quite well. A lot of strength coming through at 17 Rand 40 against the US dollar, against the pound at 23 Rand 62, and against the euro at 20 Rand 43. Let's check in on how the other currency pairs are doing, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.17, pound dollar at 1.35, and the yen just above 147 against the greenback.